In Joe Biden's situation, something I didn't mention in yesterday's video, but that is actually quite important, is that aside from the placement of the transiting Saturn, which is determinative and very important, opposing is Pluto, which is in the ninth, which is the house of international affairs, etc. That's all very important. But simultaneous with that, what I should have mentioned is that the problem started about a week ago, and this is something that you can tie to the lunar cycle, because these kinds of events that can become very high-pitched begin shortly before the full moon and tend to go toward a crescendo. And so today and tomorrow we're at the full moon point, cutting across Leo Aquarius, which is the exact same house. That third ninth axis, by the way, is also the media axis, and Biden's problem is essentially at the moment a media problem. He's getting very bad press. I noticed this morning's New York Times headline, very critical, very negative. So what could happen here, though, very likely to happen, is that as we get into next week, it's going to start diminishing, because the crescendo is right around now, the peak of negativity. Notice that full moon in late Aquarius, the sun is at 29 plus Leo, the moon reaches it at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning in the East Coast, 4 a.m. Pacific. That's the peak of the full moon, and beyond that, the moon enters Pisces, starts to separate, the energy dissipates. And because it squares his Sun Venus in the 12th sign, 12th house, it's likely to be negative, right? But as it moves, even though Saturn will remain there, and even though he's likely to have a bit of a bumpy road right through the fall and into November, due to the Saturn being at 7 degrees Aquarius in a station opposite Pluto and so on, even with all that, the high-pitched level of this problem should abate by next week due to the change in the lunar cycle.